In today's video, we're going to discuss the role of the trail foot into impact, how it's going to help you shift your pressure towards your lead side and get your body more open for more speed, more consistency. Make sure you check this video out. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You join me, Jon Watts, today at Branston Golf and Country Club. Today's video, as I mentioned there in the intro, is all going to be about the trail foot. So it's going to be about, for me as a right-handed golfer, my right foot and how that should be rolling inwards into impact. That does a couple of things. So we want the right foot, the right knee pushing in towards my lead side, so my side that's closest to the target, to help shift pressure. So to get my pressure, you could think of it as weight if you like, towards my lead side and to help me get my body open through impact. Why do we want our body open? Massive power source, the same way as throwing a ball that way won't generate as much speed as throwing it this way with rotational speed. The other thing it helps us do is it encourages my hands then to work on a nice arc shape, so moving more on the way in, which helps me close that club face. And that is a much more consistent way of doing it rather than flashing our hands at the golf ball. So this trail foot can solve a lot of issues. Now, I've done a couple of videos before, and I did one drill with a bucket on the outside edge of the heel, and it's a very similar exercise to what I'm going to show you today, but a different way of perhaps thinking about it. So what I see a fault with a number of golfers is their heel moving back. They actually finish up onto their right toe, their body is turned towards the target, but you can see here I'm putting a lot of pressure on my lower back, and my pressure actually feels more over my right knee than it does my left side. It's very hard to push forwards from there. So we actually want that right foot, that right knee, for me as a right-handed golfer, so our trail side, to move inwards towards my lead side this way. So very simply, let me jump into the drill. What I'm going to do, I'm going to tee a golf ball up just off the floor level, and that's going to sit just inside my trail heel. And the aim is to actually try and knock the ball over off the tee peg by the time I get to strike the golf ball. So the feeling is I'm going to knock that ball while hitting that golf ball there. If my heel goes backwards, obviously I don't strike it. So similar to what I'd shown before with a range bucket or something like a bottle of water on the outside edge of the foot. But instead of focusing on not doing that, you're focusing on do that. So it's trying to get the right foot, the right knee. Now I don't care whether the focus is the right knee, the right hip or the right foot moving towards the lead side. But ultimately, any of those actions is going to have the chain reaction causing me to knock that ball over, my pressure to go towards my lead side, and my body to open more into impact. So, let's give it a whirl. You can do this with any golf club. So I normally get the question to some of my videos, is this you're showing it with an iron, is it relevant with a driver? Absolutely relevant with any golf club. For me, the mechanics are the same here, no matter the club. So I don't care what you're practicing this with. I'm just doing this with an 8 iron, some sort of mid iron. Doesn't really matter. So just inside, I've probably left, I don't know, about an inch inside my trail heel there. I've got a normal ball position to this one. I'm going to try to get the feeling that my foot is rolling inwards. So for me, if I get that sensation, backswing, on the start of the downswing, I've still got my feet to the floor, and then into impact, my right side is driving forward. So I don't want to actually try and get my foot coming up, because again, that's not going to knock that ball. I'm actually keeping it down to around halfway down. I'm rolling that right foot, that right knee, excuse me, inwards into impact. So let's give it a whirl. So, ball, turf, strike, I had to check. I didn't actually feel that. I had to check that I'd knocked it off. I felt like I got the foot going inwards. I didn't feel like I knocked it. I think when you're doing it without the ball, you perhaps get the sensation of whether you're knocking it or not. But with the sound of that, I didn't really hear that ball drop to the floor. But I definitely got the feeling my foot rolled inwards. You can see I've just knocked the ball off. Even if you don't get it, it's just that sensation of that you're trying to get that right side for a right-handed golfer, that trail side moving towards the left into impact to get that quality of strike, that contact. Let me try one more. I might have to budge ball position just a little bit. So just inside my trail heel, that feeling of my trail side moving towards my left side. You can see my lead side would just respond and get out of the way. I don't want that movement. I definitely want the feeling that when my trail side moves towards my lead side gets out of the way, so it rotates and extends. Let's give it a whirl. Another one just like that, ball turf strike, knock the ball over. Good strike again. I don't know if I did. Oh, just. So just knock that ball over with my trail heel. So it's a good one with just off a small tee. Look back and see whether you strike it. You could just use video to see how that right foot is moving, but I'm getting that sensation into impact, which is really going to help my body open up. Gets my pressure to my lead side, gets my body open. Big power source, but also consistency of contact and strike. If this video has helped, make sure you hit the thumbs up, share it with as many golfers as you can, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. I'll see you guys soon.